And the preparatory meeting was held recently by the Philippines and Taiwan on fisheries cooperation to resolve disputes that may arise in the future. The discussions focused on how to avoid incidents which could affect economic ties between the latest of which was the death of a Taiwanese fisherman whose boat was fired upon by the Coast Guard in waters near a Philippine island. Both sides agreed not to use force in resolving disputes. Joining us tonight is Mr. Antonio Basilio, the Managing Director and Resident Representative of the Manila Economic Office in Taiwan. Good evening, sir. Welcome to NewsLife.
Good evening.
Sir, the discussions on fisheries cooperation, where was it held?
It was held here in Manila
Okay, so
last Friday.
So, sir, why were the talks held and what have you discussed?
Well, the talks on fisheries was part of the four demands that Taiwan made on the Philippines as a result of the shooting incident that resulted in the death of a Taiwanese fisherman. And of course, the root cause of this is an enforcement action by our Philippine Coast Guard, BIFAR, for alleged illegal fishing in Philippine waters. So the long-term solution to avoiding such similar incident from occurring in the future would lie on one, committing to avoid the use of force in fisheries laws and related laws by both sides, and then also establishing some kind of a law enforcement protocol.
Okay, sir, let me just ask, was there an agreement or was there a pledge by both sides, the Philippines and Taiwan, not to use force in resolving disputes?
Yes, to avoid force, to avoid the use of force in the implementation of the fisheries laws.
And what does this agreement mean?
It means that unless necessary, and there are very strict rules in engagement where violent force only becomes necessary. In the case of, for example, when the law enforcement agents are in mortal danger and they have to defend themselves. Now, this of course is very rare and probably does not happen in the case of fishing incidents like this.
Sir Basilio, how will both sides determine if the fishing boat or of Taiwan or the Philippines has entered the exclusive economic zone of either country?
I think on whether our patrol boats are able to apprehend, to detain and apprehend this boat. But as a matter of principle or practice, our boats detain any fishing vessel that is caught fishing in our waters, and then they are either brought to port and are fined, or in some cases they go through court proceedings.
So, sir, will both sides share maritime enforcement procedures and establish ways of informing each other of incursions without any delay?
That's right. That's right. We are discussing establishing the focal points where as soon as a vessel from either side is boarded and apprehended, or even in case of hot pursuit, as soon as it is possible for the commander of the boat to report the incident, then that will be relayed to the focal point. At this point in time, we agreed that MECO from the Philippine side and TECO on the Taiwan side will be the focal point for now.
And with these discussions, sir, does this mean that economic ties are headed for normalization, or will normalization depend on the results of the NBI and Taiwanese authorities' investigation?
Yes, that is the one of the four demands, of course, that needs to be satisfactory to both sides. So Taiwan is awaiting the results of the NBI investigation and the recommendations on whether criminal charges are going to be filed.
And some final words from you, sir. Are you hoping that the travel ban of tourists to the Philippines and the freeze on hiring of Filipino workers will be lifted soon?
Yes, that is our hope, and we have been given assurance that that is going to be the case once the final pieces to the resolution of this dispute is put in place.
Okay, very well said, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Antonio Basilio, the Managing Director and Resident Representative of MECO to Taiwan. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.